Hi YouTube. Welcome to part 6 of the Callisto protocol with a therapist, where we're about to take the tram ride of a lifetime. Thank you so much for being here, for making it this far through the playthrough. I am very grateful for that. Please take a second to leave a comment, to leave a thumbs up, all that fun stuff. Follow the links in the description if you haven't already. If you're a person that's been watching this playthrough and you're not subbed to the channel, please sub to the channel. Hit the and turn off notifications. If you're like, I don't want to subscribe because I don't want notifications, just subscribe and then turn off the notifications. But I would appreciate your sub very much. All right, let's rock. See where this is gonna take us, because I'm sure it's gonna be to a super fun, happy Wally Land place. We're gonna have a great time. Right, Jacob?
Okay, here we go.
Oh, baby.
Station.
How is this safe to ride with all these rocks and shit flying around? Yeah, there we go. Just what I thought would happen. Whoa. Whoa, baby. We got some strong boys. Can't wait for more. You know there's gonna be more. Yeah, these guys have been down here for a while. Dude, I get like no respite here. Oh, if I can shoot the tentacles, this will go a lot better, it seems. Wow, who would have thought it was a one-man kill? It's a long ride. I guess they probably could have thrown some of these guys off. Oh, we got a big boy. Okay, so you can't really... Wow. That was my... Wow. He literally ripped my face off. That was crazy. What? He's like, nah, I don't need you. Oh. Oh my God. That was crazy. Let me just rip this other half off. Wow. Oh. Wowzers. Okay. That was really something. See, I told you it was going to be fun. Did we all enjoy ourselves? Come again soon. Jeez.
Stand clear of tunnel wall.
Okay. Will do. Thank you.
Jerica, are you there? See, JC response team, for the love of the God, run the other way. I'm on the platform. Headed back arc.
Supervisor Jetta has been giving Jerica Obadiah all of the prime shifts. I've been at Arcus Colony 3 years longer. All my quotas and income Jesus. Nothing for the rest of us. Significant degradation detected in Mark 1 implant. Okay. Mine supervisor. Okay. Imagine you get all the way here, that door is locked and there's no way in. Colony.
Danny, I made it.
Great. Where are you?
Some kind of service tunnel.
I'm on the other side. Just keep going. You're almost to the colony.
Do I want to be at the colony? A lot of frost in you. Did you bring your beanie? Welcome to... Oh boy. May have been a fun place back in the day, but... I can't get over how gorgeous this game is.
No, they told us, man. A new life awaits. Yeah, right, man. More like the same old shit. Look, I promise I'll get you out here real soon. Alright, I miss you.
Oh, hi, Julia. Good to see you. Those of you coming along with the lovely What If What if Julia, whom you should follow if you don't already. Hi, I'm Dr. Mick, a licensed marriage and family therapist. I have a PhD in human development. You're watching Game Sessions with a Therapist, where I play cool games like the Callisto Protocol, and I analyze them with my therapist brain. We talk about psychology, therapy, mental health, and more in an effort to destigmatize those things and bring info to people who wouldn't otherwise have it in a responsible and ethical way. Julia is one of my favorite people on Twitch, so please go watch her. She's lovely. I hope you had an awesome stream. Thanks for bringing folks over here. Feel free to hang out. This is a blind run of the Callisto Protocol. Never played it before. I don't know anything about the story, and so we're 6 episodes in. There's been some decent stuff to talk about with trauma and stuff like that. So if it sounds cool hearing a therapist analyze your favorite games, I encourage you to go check out my YouTube channel because I got a bunch of playthroughs, and also hang out with us. So thank you, friends, for being here. MedTech signing bonus paid. Man, all these are messed up. So all these Mark 1 implants are messed up down here. Which I wonder if we're going to get any info about. I do ask that you please not spoil this or backseat because of the fact that it's a blind run. It's my only request. Pretty strict policy about that. It's been a lot of fun, Julia. I've been enjoying it a lot. So it's worth a run. If you're into this type of game, it's worth a run. Just to experience just how gorgeous it is. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful games I've ever played in my life. Similar vibes to Dead Space if you've never heard of it. A lot of flashing lights in this game, by the way, so just a heads up. This looks like a lost sector in Destiny.
I'm at the colony. Where are you?
See that light tower? Meet me there.
How did you
Light
get
tower.
here?
Got it.
See, this is the thing. The one piece of continuity that I don't. It's it's like Dead Space. Like, how do these people get here before me? I have a master in MFT, a PhD in human development. All right. I like lawn chairs and shit here. All right, Jacob, let's go, bud. Let's see what kind of fun little treats.
It was a complete waste of time, but UJC wasn't having it. Now they got my whole crew working OT. I just hope they find whatever it is they're looking for.
Darren Barr. We don't know anything about it. Thermian Centurion. It reminds me of Bad Santa. Your name's Thurman Merman? Oh, man. Who could laugh at a time like this? This one has candy corn. All right. A new life awaits. Callisto. Call it home. Oh, boy. No, I don't think that I will. Oh, all right. Some Callisto credits.
More of them.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, Jacob. We're gonna have a good time here. Hey, buddy. Almost guaranteed there's a guy that's chilling in here. A lot of squishy noises in this game, too. So if you're a person that does not like squishy noises, just be warned. Hephaestus Manufacturing. Full step-by-step guide for the use, maintenance, and testing of the Hephaestus Manufacturing Talos Model 265 forklifts. Talos Forklift Operators Manual. Oh, baby. Outer Planets Mining. Hephaestus Manufacturing Special. Ooh, baby. Eternal Mare. Space Engineer for Dummies. People lived in these, like, crates, it looks like. Oh. I mean, Callisto doesn't look particularly hospitable, so I get it, but, like, goddamn. All right, buddy. You're gonna go into the spiky wall. Sounds like there might be somebody in here. Probably fixed all his back problems. Dude, if only it took getting thrown into a spiky wall to get your back's problems fixed. I would take that. Not a lot of stuff in here. I mean, these are all pretty picked clean. I guess that would make sense. There's some minimal living going on here. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. Look, for all the detail in here, I'm surprised it's all picked clean. Like, there's just nothing for us to get. I'm okay with that. It's just like, damn. all the little assets in here. I just wonder, like, what the adjustment was like for people that lived in here. You know, like, were these people that were born here? Were these people that were transported here? You know, are these people that knew differently in terms of, like, what kind of standard of living you could get? Because, you know, it's easy to look at this and be like, wow, like, this would really suck. But, like, if you didn't know any different, not that it makes it any better, but it just makes me wonder, like, what the quality of life was here. I don't want to make an assumption that everybody here was miserable, but this is some pretty dingy digs here.
Looks like this place was evacuated in a hurry.
Does indeed. Grub farming. Blood splatters everywhere. I mean, I can only imagine how chaotic this place got once all this stuff started running rampant. I am looking forward to learning more about. What the hell is that? Hey, bud. You must have been upstairs. Still, really. Alright, more coming at us. Where are you gonna come out of? More missing people. Lies. Lies. Where are they? Oh, we got more babies. Oh, God. Okay. It's a lie. Help me help. Good God, man. So much carnage in here. Like, were these people evacuated, or were they like snatched? Wordsmith, thanks for the gifted sub. Those of you that stuck through the raid, thanks for sticking through the raid. By the way, if you're ever interested in asking me mental health questions, I guess this goes for the folks on YouTube as well. I do spend the first like 45 minutes to an hour usually on stream answering questions and stuff. So there's some nasty shit going on in here. Whoa! Whoa! How did you know I was here? squirrely little fella.
I've never seen anything like it. It came from down there, under the ice. The whole site's on lockdown. UJC's got a response team en route, but they gotta hurry. Something's happening. People are getting sick.
They are indeed. Dang, a lot of shit I need to sell out. Right. Figure out how to get behind some of these locked doors. General store. Love how like makeshift all this is. General store. Oh shit! Come on, come at me, bro. Cool little like counter here. This is so cool. Like I love these details. Like I love that there's a stool there that the person sits on. Like it feels very much like it was lived in. Fantastic. What do you think the chances are somebody comes out of one of these stalls? Assault rifle schematic. Oh, I love that. All right, let's dump this. Take that. What did I tell you? Like, what did I tell you, man? It has to happen. It's just so obviously set up that way. I knew it was coming. Oh. That energy converter is probably only worth about 100 credits, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Got it. I should head back to the elevator.
Jacob. I found something.
What?
Just get up here. You need to see it.
Come on, you can't see shit. She's so cryptic, it's infuriating. There has to be a way into that, like, locked area. many of you. There are too many. Oh shit. Yeah? Who else wants some, huh? I'm gonna have a lot of money to mess around with. Oh, unless it opens when I power this place up. Which looks like that probably is the case. Or no, wait, do we go down this dark hallway? Yeah, let's light this place up. Yeah. Give me a circus of value. Look, oh, this is so cool. Look at this. Look at this contraption. I love all the like industrial tech that they have in this. I love it so much. Oh. It's like I'm at Chernobyl or something. All right. Crank it, baby. Send the elevator to Hightown. This whole town is just totally messed up. Oh boy. Tentacles. Please tell me this opened up. No. Alright. We have to figure out how to get in there. I'm not satisfied with the fact that that locked door exists and I didn't get into it. Because you don't just put a locked door like that in there for no reason at all. Means that you probably have to go up. But I didn't see an area where I can like drop down. Up there. Can't go back up there. Mechanic. Gotta be something in there. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Sleeping cats. One of them is on my keyboard. I've heard the game isn't well optimized for PC. It's optimized just fine. It crashes every once in a while, but I don't know. But the game runs great. I haven't had any issues with that. All right, where are we at? Hopefully it's right after I pulled the trigger on that. It's very unpredictable. It just like happens randomly.
Got it. I should head back to the elevator.
All right. Well, this
Jacob.
actually kind of works out.
I found something.
What?
Just get up here. You need to see it.
I wanted to come up here anyway, so. Come on. Come on. I'll do it again. It's fine. I'll fight you again. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I wanted to be up here anyway because this is above. There has to be a way down there. Has to be. At least the game loads back up pretty fast. Oh, this is so frustrating. But, you can't squeeze through there. What, one more guy up here to fight? Maybe not. Oh yeah, there he is. See, and there's this locked door. Oh. Refuse to believe that it's in there just for aesthetics. I refuse. You got 2 data bios. Oh, man, this is gonna pain me. It really pained me to get on this elevator and not have opened those 2 doors. Yeah, I know your tricks. Whoa, look at you go. we're gonna go ahead and save. I don't want to do all that again. I mean, am I missing something? I feel like I traversed this entire area. Like, it really doesn't seem like there's anywhere else I can go. Can't squeeze through there. Can't squeeze through there. I think I'm gonna have to just live with it, man. As much as I don't want to. This rickety ass elevator.
Danny, I'm heading up to the tower now.
Danny?
Danny?
Danny.
Where'd she go?
Sit down, Danny.
I had no choice. Couldn't let it spread. Oh, they were all disposable, of course, but what we found, what I found, it could be the key to everything. They must contact the Circle.
Oh boy. Duncan, what you got for me, buddy? Yep. So, I mean, in trying to sort of piece together what he's dealing with, like, it's starting to make me think that we're potentially... I mean, we talked about this quite a bit, right? Like, when you objectify people, you are more likely to allow bad things to happen to them, and you'll make your peace with it a lot easier. And so when you see these people as, like, prisoners, felons, etc., it's all objectifiable language that makes it so that you can see them in some ways, I guess, as like test subjects. And so it makes me wonder if, to some extent, some of the prison and maybe some of the populace of this colony was being used as test subjects for whatever it is that these people have turned into. Because you start talking about people as being disposable, but we're learning so much, and I mean, it starts to sound like we're using lab mice here. And if the warden believes that this is all somehow connected to some kind of higher power, we've seen some of these like religious chapels, and he's talking about the Circle and shit like that, or maybe it's not religious, maybe it's just a cult of ideas. You know, perhaps these people are seen as a means to an end, in which case that's terrible, because I'm guessing they didn't consent to that. Love the way that this is all put together. This is so great. We're just getting little breadcrumbs. Oh, big boy. Oof. Look at it. Look how awful that is. It just looks painful. On top of everything else. Ugh. Like charred, nasty skin. Worst period bloating ever, yeah. See, we have such a variety in like the status of these people's infections. Oh shit. Okay. You're a sneaky little guy, huh? Holy crap. Arms and ammo. 50 credits. Man, inflation's a bitch on Calypso. Or Callisto. I keep saying Calypso. Callisto.
Danny, you there? Why isn't she responding?
Well, there's about a million things I could think of why she wouldn't respond. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. My neck hurts too, Jacob.
UJC's gathering everybody up in the Hightown Square for vaccinations. We're finally getting out of here.
Redwork comes from a long line of miners with years of work handling explosives. He's worked in mines and similar operations throughout the former Americas. While his family connections were helpful, based on his skills, the hiring was justified. Degradation detected in Mark 180. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, we're dealing with a lot of miners here. People who are ostensibly lower on the totem pole, I would imagine. More easy to objectify, for sure. Gathering for vaccinations. That sounds good. If they were able to develop a vaccine for whatever this is, but it seems like people don't even understand what this is. Okay. What, you don't want me to take your gate cues? Huh? I wonder if part of the reason these guys are all charred up is because they're miners. I wonder if maybe they're just covered in soot. Yeah, I gotta believe that rounding people up is... I don't know, there hasn't been any... So, I mean, maybe it's just because of the lack of information we've had, but I haven't gotten a sense that people really understood what this was, let alone synthesized a vaccine. I mean, I'm sure people were probably desperate for that type of thing. Maybe even excited about the prospect of it. I mean, it'd be a good way to get people to come out. But I don't know. I'm trying not to be too cynical. There. A decoder. Hardest part about this is like these were people, you know, like god damn. I thought I heard somebody behind me. Right in the dick. Hit him right in the dick. Oh. What are you doing up there? Spitting on me. Alright. Got the fuse I needed. Hey, finally, a circus of values. No, no, no.
The UJC is here for you.
Dude, assault rifle? Yes. Yes. That seems like a easy purchase.
Make a selection.
I would like to build an assault rifle, please.
Thank you, worker.
Oh, yeah.
Complete.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay, good. Good. I love this. All right, high capacity magazine for 500 bucks. 1500. Yes.
Unauthorized use of this print will be noted on your work record.
Okay. So
Remove
that
item
drone on the
from
bottom
print
of it.
assembly.
Oh, baby. Yeah. I'm ready. Selling this get me to 1500? Not quite. That does, though.
The UJC is not responsible for any defects. Quality check verified.
Good. Okay. That feels nice. Oh. I'm gonna be very excited to just blow through tons of ammo with this thing. Yes, indeed. Alright, let's grab this health injector. Let's go ahead and save, just, you know, so that I don't have to do that again. My cat is so cute right now, I can't even stand it. Holy cow. Hey, you look like somebody who could use some assault rifling in your head.
Getting closer.
Please, you gotta help me. Sir, I need you to calm down. No, it's in my head. I need you to calm down and answer the question. Now, when was your first exposure? Please, it hurts.
Performance review. Park has an exemplary record and has never missed a day of work. He's always the first one on shift and at the point of the line with a great attitude. Recommend swag bag Lambda for upcoming 10th work anniversary. Okay. Oh, God. I mean, it's like... Just like... if you are conscious of what it's doing to your mind, you like feel that desperation of pain. I just feel bad for these people, dude. What up, Danny? What are you doing?
Danny. Danny.
I won't go. You can't make me. You killed them all.
Wait. No. Stop it.
Oh boy.
No.
What happened?
I'm sorry. I tried to protect you. You didn't deserve this.
Danny. Hey, Danny.
Get away from me!
Okay. Okay, hey.
I'm sorry. I'm okay.
Be sure. You don't seem okay.
I was in their mind. Reliving their memories. There was an outbreak 75 years ago. Just like what's happening in the prison. They killed everyone, trying to contain it. Everyone.
Wow. Okay. There's a lot going on here. So first of all, yeah, nice to hear that, like, a little more context around what happened, and I guess it would make sense that, I mean, one way the ultimate quarantine, I guess, would be to exterminate everybody in the area, but that's crazy. That would cause us so much disenfranchisement, and, like, even if it was the right move, the psychological effect of that on people would be devastating. Like, you just, holy crap. I mean, I think the more apt thing to talk about here is Danny going into the memories of these people. That is a more concrete version of a concept that I think a lot of people may intuitively have some sense of, but don't maybe like understand in a like sophisticated way. You may be familiar with the phrase vicarious trauma. It's actually something that sometimes therapists worry about experiencing when they're early on in their development, in terms of like if you work with people who have experienced a lot of trauma or are in crisis or whatever, that somehow you, by proxy, could be traumatized by being exposed to somebody else's trauma. And that actually is possible. There are circumstances where, I'm not even just talking from like a therapy perspective, there are circumstances where if you have a very like high capacity for empathy and understanding of a person, and a person's disclosing some like horrible things that have happened to them, or you witness horrible things happening to other people, that can have an effect on your brain that is similar to experiencing trauma yourself. So when Danny decides to go into these memories and is experiencing firsthand the trauma that these people experience, there's a very good chance that her brain is going to light up similarly, and she could actually traumatize herself by going into that. Where we are relational animals. And so that capacity for empathy that allows us to, understand the difficulties that people go to and connect with each other and feel each other's joy and all that sorts of things, you can feel other people's trauma, particularly if you like over personalize it or place yourself in that specific kind of situation. And sometimes it's like you could even feel like you have a high degree of resiliency and understanding that that's not your trauma, and your brain will still absorb it as such. Because the reality is, in order to facilitate a trauma response for the human brain, all you have to have is a massive an experience that's a massive subversion of expectation, coupled with a lost sense of safety and control. And if you empathize with that deeply enough, or you witness it concretely enough, sometimes it's hard to differentiate it happening to somebody else versus happening to ourselves. And you might have some of the effects of that. Doesn't mean PTSD. It means that you might have the effect of trauma on you for a while, or you might get burnt out, or you might find yourself like emotionally locking up, or whatever your compensatory effect would be from seeing that. So when Danny is like freaking out and throwing punches and pupils are dilated and she's essentially having a sympathetic nervous response here because she's experienced vicariously the trauma of another person, her response makes complete sense. Complete sense. I mean, Jacob's in harm's way. That's not great, but it's an understandable thing that she would have that effect. And she's got to be careful, because overexposing yourself to that without a degree of like training and understanding of how to mitigate that effect on you could be catastrophic for her. It's really like powerful stuff. This is why, by the way, to kind of put a period on this, this is why therapists go through training. Like, this is why being a therapist is more than just being somebody who can sit and listen to you. We have very specific training on how to ensure that we, to the best of our ability, depersonalize these things and can work with it. So I, as a therapist, have a very high capacity for hearing other people's trauma and bearing witness to other people's trauma without being personally affected by that. And that is, there's some level of innate, I guess, character that can contribute to that, but there's also skill involved with that. And so if you're working with a therapist who works with trauma, a lot of times people are worried that they'll traumatize their therapist by sharing their trauma. No, we're trained to deal with these types of things. And if a therapist does get triggered in such a way that their own trauma is pinged or whatever, we have certain ways of understanding that that's happening and seeking certain types of consultation. And there are conversations that can be had around that. But that's rare. So if you're a person who's thinking, I would love to see a therapist because I want to work through trauma, but I'm worried that I'm going to traumatize them, that's not a good reason to not seek a therapist. Like that it's a bullshit reason, and it's not something that you're actually going to do. Heavy stuff, man. I appreciate Jacob saying to her, by the way, you don't have to necessarily handle her with kitty gloves here. There are real implications for the fact that she's experiencing this vicarious trauma. So when Jacob says to her, you don't seem okay, that is perfectly appropriate of a response for him to have here. And you see sort of her come back into the present, and she acknowledges she's okay. This is going to be a conversation if we're going to keep following each other around, because you're essentially facilitating more of a capacity for being triggered by this environment if you keep going into these.
These aren't accidents. There's a pattern. Arcus, Black Iron, Europa. They're all
Danny? Danny? Oh boy. Another one of you? Yeah, rip your brother out. Go ahead. I would love the opportunity to reload when he does that. Are you serious? I could do without you. Oh, baby.
Danny, you okay?
It got the drop on me, but yeah, I'm fine.
A little bit more exploring before we move through there. That's gotta. So the other thing that's really gotta suck for Danny, I don't entirely know what her involvement is with all of these people. I don't know if they're her crew or if they're just people that she knows by virtue of having worked in the colony or something like that before she joined whatever terrorist organization she's a part of. But the other thing that can be really tough about this is that if she's walking through this area and she's having to actively kill people who are reanimated versions of the people that she knew, oh man, I mean, that's just brutal. Only furthers the level of stress that she's likely to experience, which would make her more susceptible to the effects of the trauma. I guess I think one more thing I want to say about trauma, just because we're on the conversation here, is one of the things that I have found most, like, it sounds weird to say this word, but it's one of the things I found most fascinating about trauma. In terms of, like, how does trauma, like, perpetuate itself? Like, why when a person experiences trauma, how do they become sort of like an active participant in their trauma such that it can get worse? And one of the reasons that that can happen is because when I talk about trauma as being this like huge, like experience with a huge violation of expectation, coupled with that lost sense of safety and security, one of the things it does is it forces somebody to change their expectations of the world. And it changes in a way that's not really, it doesn't feel like it's in your control. So the example I like to give for this is like if you were, for the last 10 years, if you have walked home from work, maybe you live like 3 blocks away, you walk home from work, and for the last 10 years, every time you've worked to and from work, it's been a pleasurable experience, absolutely fantastic, you enjoy the weather, you feel good, never had an issue with walking home from work. And all of a sudden tomorrow, you walk home from work, and somebody walks in and somebody walks up to you and hits you across the head with a 2x4 and knocks you out. And you wake up in the middle of the street and you're bleeding and stuff was stolen from you and you have to get up and you have to walk home. Or you're walking home and you witness something terrible on your way home that like really just gets to you in like the worst of ways. If you register that as a trauma, what's going to happen is you have a level of forced accommodation in your expectations of a walk home. Maybe not even just of your walk home from work to home, but maybe just of walking in general. And what happens is people sometimes will engage in this level of denial about that forced change in expectation. Now, all of a sudden, when you are presented with the opportunity to walk 3 blocks, you are forced to now integrate into your expectations of that there's the possibility that you could be attacked again. So now, no longer is a walk home something that you see in this very nice, myopic, safe, totally okay thing. You've been forced to readjust your expectations. And if you, sometimes what happens is you'll adjust it too far, where people will assume that now you will be attacked every time you walk, because that's the brain trying to protect you from ever walking home again. And that's not true. That would be a distortion. But ultimately, no matter what, you don't get to go back to the pre-trauma expectation. And sometimes people can perpetuate the effect that trauma has on them because they will keep trying to go back to a pre-trauma expectation where you want so badly to go back to a point where I don't want to have to think about this when I walk home. And it's like, too bad. You've had an experience that forced you to have to make that adjustment. And so part of the processing of trauma and working through it is working with that reality, but ensuring that you're focusing on the correct proportion of possibility of that happening again. And maybe there are certain things you do to protect yourself so it feels safer walking home, but that walk home doesn't predict your future walk home necessarily. You could walk home from work for the rest of your life and never experience that again, but your brain knows that it's a possibility. So the way to bring that back to kind of what's happening in the game here is that as Danny goes into these memories and exposes herself to this trauma, she is essentially forcing a change in expectation of things that can happen. We're going through this anyway as Jacob. I mean, we, prior to showing up on Callisto, didn't have any kind of conceptualization that people could turn into these necromorphs. So we've already had to force change our expectations on what the human condition can look like. And so the more that we expose ourselves to these things, yes, we diversify what is possible in our minds, and that potentially prepares us better for things that might come our way. But also, if you're not careful and you're not prepared for that type of thing, we could be absolutely hammering our psychology into oblivion. And we got to be careful with that. So anyway, if you're sort of interested, trauma has been the big theme of this game. And so I wanted to give a little bit more context on how you can become an active participant in your trauma when you keep trying to go back to pre-trauma narratives. It just doesn't work that way. If Jacob and Danny were like, yeah, no, we should be able to go back to where this whole disease thing is not real and people aren't getting rounded up and forced killed because as a quarantine measure, it's like, no, you've already seen that happen. Yeah, that's gone. You don't get, unfortunately, to have that naivete anymore. Ignorance can be wonderful. Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean, what I'm kind of amazed by, though, is that these people are, like, frozen in place. Like, I wonder what that's about. Other than maybe just trying to sort of make this dramatic from a gaming perspective. Sorry, Danny. I don't want to run the risk that any of those guys turn into zombies and come running at me. That's really what's going on here.
This way. I know. They knew a way to reach the surface.
Didn't know you could transfer memories like that.
These implants are wired into the brain. It's like copying a file. UJC required the miners to get a version of what became the core.
So what's it like?
Weird. Like being two people at once. Really makes you understand them. Because you were them.
Those things that used to be the miners, the ones that escaped the massacre. It's a terrible time for an audio glitch. Okay, so they wiped most of the people out, but not everybody. And so now we're seeing the residuals, which means that they lived for a long time. So it's kind of an interesting thing to think about, right? Like if you get away from just the specific thing that she's sharing with us. So they rounded all these people up, tried to exterminate them in order to prevent the spread. There are people who escaped that, and those people are still alive as these husks today, which means that there's a level of longevity that comes from this. They don't really, they don't look like they've aged like normal humans, but they also, like, who knows what that's done. The reason that I think that's interesting is because if these are people that are being experimented on, part of me wonders if there is a degree of interest in the longevity that whatever this thing is provides for people. Like the more we get data about this, the more I keep thinking, like, I mean, it seems sort of cliche, but it's sort of like, is there a way that we can achieve the apex of what it is to be humans if we understand what this is? Like, can we achieve transcendence? Like, it has that vibe to it. So let's use all these people to figure it out, and then once it's safe, once all the lab mice are gone through and we figured it out, we'll use it on humans. Like, that really, and by humans I mean people that we haven't objectified as being just workers and prisoners. That's kind of where my head's at on all of this right now. Sorry, Danny, I gotta explore every square inch of this space, since I can't get into memories. I love that she comes in, you're like, what are you doing? Just scavenging. I wonder if at some point we're gonna go into the memories of somebody. It'd be kind of cool if we do. Of course. Why wouldn't we fall down into the pit of pustules?
You okay?
Yeah. Damn walkway collapsed.
The way to the surface is on the other side of the colony. Just keep moving and I'll meet you there.
Cool. Love that you always get the easy track. I kind of wish there was a time where I get the easy track and then you've got to do the hard maze of shit to get there. Reunite with Danny again. Pretty bad down here. It would be such a hilarious game. I mean, it would be kind of funny. It's like the person you're with just keeps having a hard go at it. Half the game is you just waiting for them to solve all the problems that you otherwise would have had to do. Alright. See, now look, we don't get one forever. Now we have
normal parameters.
$4,500 for the stability upgrade? You're out of your mind. I would like a damage upgrade on the tactical pistol for sure.
Notify the administrator with any concerns. Remove item from print assembly.
Magazine upgrade. I don't really use that shotgun much. I do use this guy. I don't really need a stability upgrade though. Improve the recharge rate. Increase the maximum energy capacity.
Wait for print to complete.
I do love,
appreciate your productivity.
Every time I do this, I love the 3D printing idea on this. Like, your upgrades literally get printed right in front of you. It's awesome. Let's keep it going. What up, big boy? Do you like my light? More houses to explore. Oh, wait a minute. We're back.
The upper level,
Oh,
Jacob. Look for the
that's...
clinic.
Okay, now I know where we are. Oh, boy. Alright, so that's how we come out there. It all comes together. Give me those Callisto credits. When I was walking through that building, I was like, this feels familiar.
You're getting closer.
I shot 10,000 times. Now we get to go through this door. How... No, not this one. It's this one. How lovely.
Through here! Quick!
Hold on. Gotta do some shopping.
Make a selection.
Hold on, Danny. Quick! Oh, gee, we running.
It's freezing.
Can't believe people live down here.
Yeah, well, didn't have much of a choice. Some still don't.
Leave that. Sorry, Danny. Gotta go check out the environment. Pristine decoders laying around, ready to be discovered. I do like that she comes back and follows. Like, what are you doing? Come on, buddy. Oh, hold on. I got more to explore, Danny.
It wasn't there before?
No, not back then. It used to be the mine shaft. Up to the surface.
Why would they cover it?
Dunno. But we have to cut through there to get back to the prison.
We're going back to the prison, eh? Okay. The biodome. Ominous as hell. Attention, non-potable water. Potable, 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 potable. Oh, man. It's like walking into the headquarters in the division. sudden we're a little more high tech here.
Greetings. I am Dr. Caitlin Marler, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to Arcus Station. We're excited to share with you our findings, the culmination of decades of research.
Who's she talking to?
Not us.
I'm gonna download what I can from here. Meet you inside the dome.
Hell yeah. I am gonna pee really quick though. I'll be right back.
Go on. I'll see you inside.
Okay. Told you to be quick. Alright, let's see what this dome's all about.
It began with a distress call, a mysterious contagion spreading on Callisto. The symptomology was intriguing, yet familiar.
Alright. So we're getting a lore dump here. I'm excited about that. It's like a museum. Are we proud of this?
A form of accelerated evolution similar to what was discovered in Paramo. If we could understand the disease, we could re-engineer it to unlock the secret of the Paramo effect.
Humans always trying to play God, man. It's just, you know, I get it, but also I think we probably needed more years of research before we tried to do that.
After securing the site, a lab was constructed, and later a prison surrounding it. A research base with a readily available pool of test subjects.
Oh.
That's why Black Iron was built. It's all been some kind of an experiment.
I hate that I was right. Dude, I don't want to be right about this shit. It's easy though. I mean, if you're gonna do it, it makes sense. It does, because you could get the collective populace on board with this. Now, I doubt that this was public knowledge. Who knows? Maybe it was. But if you were gonna get people to feel more okay with it, you get people involved that other people don't really see the humanity in. So let's get some prisoners, felons, convicts. Let's get them all rallied around here. And we're going to just test them. Because if we test them, they don't matter. They're the scum of the earth. They deserve everything that's happening to them. If it means that we can buy you 200 more years of life, that sounds pretty good, right? It's terrible. And it's, I mean, the way that we handle people who are incarcerated, particularly in the United States, where you're essentially written off into oblivion, you just don't have a chance. Instead of seeing it as like a rehabilitative thing, or like, you know, you serve your sentence and then you can rejoin. That's kind of the whole point. Instead, we basically look at it as like, you're not really us anymore. We other people who are in prison. The same way that we other folks who are unhoused, all sorts of people. I mean, we've talked about objectifying language in this playthrough and others. But yeah, it's disgusting. It's terrible. And if you're sitting here thinking like, wow, that's an awful thing that they would do, it's because you're seeing the humanity in the people that have been built up around in this prison. If you see them as objects in a way that I have to imagine that they propagandize people into seeing them as, if there is even public knowledge around this, it's a little different. Now, that said, the people that are involved in this, we're in a very much a the end justifies the means kind of deal here. Like, this woman has essentially deluded herself into seeing the prisoners as lab mice, people that you can experiment on for the good of humanity. Sacrifice the few, let's sacrifice the scum, so that all of us awesome, erudite, amazing people can have more longevity in our lives. People do this easier than you think. It happens all the time. And it's scary and it's awful, because if you're these people being subjected to this, that is a thing that you can't really get over. Like, if these people have already decided that you're less than human, and that their ideal thing that they're trying to achieve by using you to get there is more important than anything you could say to them, the level of like helplessness and hopelessness you would experience would be traumatic. It'd be awful. So I have a pit in my stomach right now while we're going through this, hearing this woman talk about this so confidently, as if this is the most amazing thing ever.
After decades of searching, the prize is finally within our grasp. The source, where it all began. A bold, new chapter for our project. Vir Solitaris.
Yeah, and then you make stupid laws to criminalize innocent people, and you have lab rats. Well, that's essentially, I mean, to an extent, that's what happened to us, right? Jacob just got hijacked. It's like, nope, you're ours now. I mean, we had no recourse. We immediately, the warden goes, you're now part of a thing that's bigger than yourself. We're going to find your purpose for you. Tough shit. And what are you going to do about it? You're on the moon of Jupiter. Where are you going to go, bitch? And that's really what's happening here. It's truly like, it's like emotional claustrophobia is what everybody in here would be experiencing. And it's horrible. Horrible. Stuff stresses me out.
My God. What is that?
An alien life form. Released by the miners when they broke through to Callisto's subsurface ocean. It was dead by the time we arrived, killed by security forces. But inside the carcass, we found them. Thousands of larvae. Primary disease vectors for the biophage pathogen. We collected specimens and transported them to our central lab on Europa. The pathogen acted as an evolutionary accelerant, mutating the colonists into little more than mindless brutes.
Box looks awful familiar, and Jacob certainly looks pretty comfortable opening it. Were we running this? Is this what we were transporting?
Save for one. The so-called Subject Zero. Somehow able to reap the benefits of the contagion. Greater strength, endurance, and longevity, while preserving their intellect and humanity. Though killed by security forces during the outbreak, the body was transported to the Black Iron Lab, forming the basis of the original research program.
Oh my God.
God.
5, 2, 1. You and me, we got some unfinished business.
Go to hell.
As you can see, things have changed.
Jacob, I found the surface access door. I'm trying to open it.
He looks like the bad guy from The Mask.
Where's your friend? Didn't make it back?
I got it!
No one escapes me here. No one.
Danny, Daddy, come on!
Looks like you're She was just trying to help you, but soon she'll be one of us.
Oh no.
You okay?
I'm fine. Just keep moving.
No. No, 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 no. She's not. No. No. Jacob, no. Oh no. Oh. We don't know how this works. Okay. I mean, I bet you a whole bunch of people watching this video right now are drawing upon representation they've seen in like a movie like Alien, right? Where you get like the face huggers and shit. And so it's easy for us to like look at that and be like, oh yeah, she's probably contaminated because she just had a thing on her face. And, you know, as far as I understand, that's how people get these contagions or whatever. But we don't actually know, which makes this so much more complicated, because if that is how you get infected, then she is a massive liability right now. You start seeing any change in her behavior and you have to make a tough decision. Or is it that Mr. Bad Guy Ferris wants you to believe that she's infected so that you take her out because he's worried about what the two of you together can accomplish? Like, there's a lot of gymnastics you have to run here, but I have got to believe that there is some truth to what he said. I don't know, man. We've been hit by those things, but we've never had one on our face. But this is tricky. So now, all of a sudden, we have Danny on surveillance. You have to. From a survival standpoint, you have to. And that is not going to feel good. But Jacob is like, oh, brother. You need to tell me if something starts... Well, she's not going to want to tell me if something feels wrong because she knows that I'll... Oh, man. Oh, God.
So that platform will take us up to the surface.
It's going to be so bad. I wish the biodome had told me how people get infected. Exit the colony on the funicular. I love that fun is in that word. Danny, come on. Oh. How did Buddy Boy get all the way over here?
Oh, we made it. Danny? Danny! Hey. Oh, shit. Okay, come on. Up. You're gonna be okay.
This isn't fair.
She's not gonna be okay. Jacob, she's not gonna be okay, my friend. You gotta engage with reality here. I don't mean to laugh, but like, there's actually a real lesson to be learned here, man. That denial of the reality in front of you can make this so much worse for everything. Like, Jacob looking at this and going like, you're gonna be fine. I get that there's probably some desire to console her, but at this point, consoling her could be antithetical to our survival. Like, this is just terrible. Like, but you're gonna be okay. No, unless if there is any other reason for him saying that beyond just trying to console her and make her more comfortable with the fact that she's about to either put a bullet through her own brain or we're gonna do it. Optimism doesn't have any place here in a survival scenario like this.
I promised
not
you would
fair.
stop them. Fuck. I won't turn into one of those things.
Yep.
No. Okay, that's not gonna happen. Hey, We are gonna fix this.
How?
We're gonna stick to the plan. We're gonna get to the Warden's Tower. There's gotta be a way to reverse this.
You don't know that.
No, I don't. But we're not gonna give up now.
Oh, dude, come
We're
on.
gonna finish
Man.
this thing together. Okay? Okay. Come on. Come on. Up. You good?
For now.
You're gonna need this. Okay. Okay, we're almost there.
No. 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 I am all for... Look. I am all for the fact that he's doing what he can to try to make her feel better. I love the concept of him being optimistic here, but... Look, man. Life, particularly life in this kind of scenario, does not lend itself to hunky-dory Disney World story. She is a massive liability right now. Massive. We have seen, look how fast she, within a span of 30 seconds, she is already looking like that. We heard recordings of people who felt their brain being hijacked, and we've seen what happens when people turn. They attack. Jacob just handed her a loaded gun after convincing her not to shoot herself while she still has a level of consciousness to be able to go out on her own terms. If I'm him, I'm sitting here going, are you going to shoot me in the back of the head because you're turning? I mean, the level of optimism here is going to get him killed. Probably not, because it's a video game. We're going to make it to the end. But, like, dude. Now, if we get into Jacob's head, instead of me just being constantly critical of this, and you ask yourself, like, why would he do this? I do think that there is a level of desire for denial to be a mitigating factor on how awful this situation is. And what I mean by that is that I think to an extent, if Jacob resigns himself to the fact that she got face hugged and now she's a goner and she's got to go, it really does continue to draw in the reality of the situation, which is soul crushing, which is like you're alone trying to navigate this shit, and it feels like something that is so insurmountable that it's been perpetuating itself for 75 years. And there is probably a part of wanting to use her as a proxy of hope, of if I can get you through this and see you fight this, maybe it means that if something happens to me, I will also be capable of fighting through it. I mean, people do this. It's an understandable take. But holy shit, man. I mean, there is a level of like running that fence line of optimism versus realism is really tough here. I personally don't like the idea of him stopping her from being as close to a sound in mind and body as she's going to be post that thing sucking on her face, ending her own life. Like, I think to an extent, if you're Jacob, you got to swallow that. You got to let her do it. I don't think you get to pull the gun away from her there and then sell her on a bill of goods that you can't deliver on. There is a lot, like, I respect the idea that she wants to end her own life there rather than turn into one of those things, given how much pain we've seen that people go through when they get turned. But it also could be, I mean, I don't know that Jacob would have a conscious thought about this. Maybe you would. Maybe it's easier for him to swallow the pill of, if I have to kill you, it's easier for me to see you die when you turn because I can objectify that rather than see you as Danny die. I mean, that very well could play a role in that, whether he knows it or not. It'd be very hard to see her, Danny, somebody you've connected with and have had some joint venture with, end her life as her. If she turns into a zombie and you pull the trigger and blow her up because like you have everybody else, it's a little bit easier to file that away in your brain. That also could play a role in this. But man, you have got to run the calculus there and Run the percentages on your own survival, because if we both die because I wasn't willing to let her pull the trigger there, what the hell was that for? It's tough, man. I'm not trying to make this sound like it's an easy decision, but this is not a situation that calls for us being able to be like super thoughtful, empathic, and warm, fuzzy, dovey. This is real shit. She looks terrible. And she's got a loaded gun on her.
I don't recognize this area. Where are we?
Let's find out.
Machinery. I know I keep saying it. I love it. It's so cool. So intricate.
The choice is yours.
I don't know about you guys. Definitely stressed out right now while we're going through this. Like, this is...
UJC printing, the highest quality. Cycle complete.
I think the red trigger on these guns is cool.
My patience is at an end, Muller. It's been close to 6 months.
But we're close to understanding the biophage, to harnessing it. I just need more time.
No. What happened on Europa
Was a tragedy.
was a revelation.
Oh, that's a hell of a reframe, buddy. A revelation, huh? I want to know what happened on Europa. God. Dude. We are so stupid for bringing her along. We're so stupid. I just don't love anything about this. Not even a little bit of it.
Prison's running on autopilot. Systems are all shut to hell. Almost got it.
It's the shoe.
The whole prison's infected.
Well, that's
We should get the hell out of here.
Good idea. Warden's signal is still active in the command tower.
Can we make it to him?
Looks like it. I'm getting the door now.
That's a hell of an image. Hold on, Danny. Do a little quick shot. I don't know, I guess we're not gonna do a quick shot. Holy hell. Love all the details and places you wouldn't generally look. Makes me so happy.
Inmates, return to your cells.
Oh.
What's happening?
Wait! Stop! No!
Daddy, can you hear me? Daddy? right back where I started. What the hell am I supposed to do now?
Find me.
Mahler?
There's not much time. I was able to reroute one of the security units. I have Danny.
Where is she?
The lab, at the heart of the prison. He's monitoring everything, but we can talk here. I can get you to the warden. I can cure her. I want to help.
You? You put this thing in my neck, and now you want to help.
Please, you must hurry. Find me, Jacob.
How?
There's a room ahead that connects to an area normally off-limits to both inmates and guards. Find it, and I'll clear the way from here.
Part 7's gonna be juicy, huh? Oh, baby. Thank you, friends, for taking the time to join Jacob and I as we traverse this crazy world. Leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, follow the links in the description, all that fun stuff. Would love to see you in other spaces. It's a great game. I love it. Love it. If you're binging, see you right here in the cell in the next episode. If you're waiting for the next one to come out, we'll get it out as soon as we can. I appreciate you. You matter. And I will see you in the next one.